photo. Either Joe Bailey, Laguna SoCal.
Yeah, there's
a lot of really good photographers. Look at, there's Teddy Velasquez feeling the vibe.
Then we got Gio Reyes in the background warming up, stretching out. There's Teddy's pro model, rocking the Tortuava Java on the bottom.
Tortuava Freak, Victoria. He also is one of our alley-oop team riders, and so is Gio. You know, they're good friends. Some more Solagians, as they say. And they're going to battle it out. You know, they're good friends, but right now we've got 10 minutes, and they're trying to make it on to the... What is that? That's probably going to be the quarterfinals, I imagine.
I think our next round for the men is round 4. We got a lot of competitors.
Really? Another round before the quarters?
Yeah, we got a lot of competitors. That's why we're trying to...
How many did we have here to start out the pros? Do you know how many pros?
I think we had 43.
That's got to be one of the biggest contests of the year.
Yeah, and we had to run... there's Gio Reyes on the Holo Clip cam and Teddy Velasquez getting pumped up. But we had to run a prelim heat for the seating for the UST because we had a lot of non-UST riders, and I think it was almost close to split half and half, UST riders and non-UST riders. And the way we set up heats through UST, you have to be ranked, and so we had to run kind of that first round to see who's going to land where. And
to kind of give them a ranking.
Exactly. So we are going straight into round 3, heat 4. Perry Pruitt in the orange, Teddy Velasquez in the yellow, and Gio Reyes in the green.
East Coast represent. That's Perry Pruitt all the way from North Carolina, the Outer Banks.
And that's Perry Pruitt right out in front getting a backside driver.
That was a sick one.
Yeah. That guy skims like he's on air. Like his style
a featherfoot, as they say.
And Teddy, who might be the opposite, just so much power. And you're going to see it right there. Ducking, and he's a style machine.
He is hair flicking, hand jiving, doing whatever he can to do to, you know, get that extra point, style out, make it all the way back to the beach. See the bottom of his board there. Definitely cool board. That's his pro model by Victoria Skimboards. He's currently ranked 14th on the UST.
And you see how he just went straight back into a front side.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, tough fall there at the end, but he was not holding back, going for the front side, racking up the points there, getting his wave count up, not wasting any time.
No, that was about 2 waves in 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was crazy. I think that could be why he fell there at the end. You go back to back like that, the legs get tired, and sometimes you get bucked off your board there in the whitewater.
Here's Gio Reyes.
This might be his first wave of the heat. Oh, tough trough there. Dang, that did not slow him down. He hopped right over that first wave. Still got a backside snap there.
There's a shot of Perry Pruitt rocking the dreads.
Yep, another Rasta out there. Perry Pruitt.
Teddy Velasquez just building his house. A couple backside wraps, go front side a couple times, and then really kind of up his tricks. And once you get your solid base, then you can really put it out there and try and go for stuff that's maybe a little bit more risky. And look at Perry Pruitt floating to the bottom.
It was a nice tail slide. He really flared the tail out there when he hit it. Kind of let it slide before he came down the face of the wave. Very stylish. Good strong wave for him.
Teddy on the regular wrap bull. And he's just automatic.
Yeah, Teddy's putting together a nice heat right now. Kind of like you said, he's building his house. He's getting a good foundation, and he's got a lot of time to up some of his scores that he's already put down. Yeah,
he's definitely staying busy. I think we're in the first 2 minutes of the heat, and he's already got 4 or 5 waves.
Well, let's hope that doesn't affect him later in the heat. I mean, it's a 10-minute heat, and who knows what the end of the heat could bring in as far as waves go. So it's risky. You want to get your wave count up early, but you also want to conserve your energy for later in the heat. I feel like the judges tend to score higher at the end of the heat. It's a little more drama. Pressure's kind of on to get that score, and there's a lot to consider when you're a pro going into this heat.
We are approaching 5 p.m. West Coast time, and there you see a shot of Gio Reyes getting a little hydration.
It's so hot out there. A lot of these Cali guys are not used to this extreme heat, you know, and that could be an advantage to some of the East Coasters. They're used to skimming in the hot conditions of summertime, and we got a heat wave here in Laguna, and it's warmer than usual, I would say.
There's Teddy Velasquez, ranked 14th on the UST.
How's that shot of Teddy in his profile? He's looking proper there.
Oh,
And there he is, getting there a little late, but still blasting off the whitewater, throwing some good spray up. Gio
Reyes
getting his front side in. He's been a little quiet this heat, but you know, I think he's still in the game.
Yeah, and there's a lot of time left. I mean, when you see Teddy go for, and there you go, floating 360 out to the wave and a driving barrel. Perry Pruitt.
That's going to be another big score there. You know, I think he's pushing an 8 or 9 there. He did the big 360 right into the wrap, long driving barrel, and it's definitely one of the highest scoring waves we've seen so far this heat.
Yeah, that was definitely a keeper. And Teddy's not wasting any time. He's going to do something to match that right here.
Oh, look at him. Nice silhouette there as he's glowing through the barrel. I mean, how many times has Teddy been here getting wraps to barrel at Elisa? You know, he grew up on these slopes. I lived out here. It's been almost 10 years. I went to college, and Teddy was just a little grom running around the slopes. And, you know, him and Sammy, it's funny to see them now, and they're really, you know, the top guys in the sport. And I think this local knowledge and skimming here since they were kids, it's really an advantage to them.
Oh, absolutely. And just the amount of time they have in the water. I mean, these guys they skim twice a day. I mean,
yeah.
the top guys that are true professionals, where they,
I mean,
you know,
he takes it serious. You know, him and Sam, they're professional skimboarders. That's what they focus their time on. You know, they both have jobs and other things going on, but you know, they're out here to win the championships.
In and out.
Oh God,
Teddy,
that was a nasty one. Oh my gosh, another great photo op there, I would say. That thing was probably glowing up with the backlighting from the sun there.
Yeah, that's what you call the California golden hour.
Mm-hmm. Teddy V, wow. He's looking unstoppable this heat. You know, I would say Perry may have had the best wave, but with the amount of scores that Teddy has had, you know, he's going to be tough to beat.
And here's Gio out in front, gonna backside wrap, and the waves are just firing.
It's pumping right now. I mean, this is it. This is what the VIC is all about. A lot of wraps, you know. I mean, you got to be able to get a fat wrap if you wanna hold it down with the VIC.
Yeah, a lot of the VIC is, and we talk about it kind of like pipe masters and surfing. Aliso's known for big barrels, so it's, if you can pull off a big wrap, big wave, most critical spot, and pull in and get barreled, you're going to be rewarded.
And I think that's what the crowd wants to see here, you know. Laguna's got a deep tradition, and they like to see you digging in and getting barreled. And, you know, that's what skimming's all about here with the fat shore break and the heavy slope. You got to tuck in and get that tube ride.
Here's Teddy doing a 3-shove out and a front side bash.
Couldn't quite hold on to it, but he was really going for broke there. You know, he knew he was late for the wave, but he still went for the maneuver before it, and he was able to land it and at least get a frontside turn. He didn't quite complete it, but you know, Teddy is not losing any energy. Oh, wow. Gio Reyes staying in the game here with a hard backside turn, saying, don't forget about me.
Don't forget about me. I'm still here.
You know, he's another one of those guys that grew up here. He's around the same age as Sammy and Teddy, and they're that same crop of groms that I remember seeing. And
it's a tight crew.
They've been running around this shore break for a long time, so any of them can take this heat.
Look at this one.
See, there he is, Gio. Long pumping wave. That was a good front side for him.
A little Tyler Brooks cameo. Photographer.
Tyler's an awesome photographer. I love his shots.
Yeah. So we're winding. I mean, these guys won't even give us time to announce the next heat. Teddy frontside finding the little pocket.
Teddy's in the zone.
Yeah, he
wants to win it. You know, I was talking to him last night. This means a lot to him. You know, being from South Laguna, you know, he wants to win, and this is like the biggest moment of the summer. You know, this is, as you said, it's tradition. It's part of the summer here in Laguna Beach, and you know, if you win this, it's a lot of glory and bragging rights that go along with it, especially if you're from Laguna.
Absolutely. We're going to wrap up. I think we're in the last minute or two of this heat. We have Giovanni Reyes, Teddy Velasquez, and Perry Pruitt. We're going to go straight into the next heat with Steven, is it Calabrese?
That's what I was saying. I'm sorry, Steven, if we're mispronouncing it, but I'm stoked to see him in round 3. Steven's from the east coast of Florida. I was warming up with him the other day, and I was like, man, you're killing it, I didn't know. I thought he was like a Cali guy, and he was just looking real comfortable out there yesterday.
Yeah, so we have Steven, we're going to have Jake Stinnett, and we're going to have the Permagras Max Bourne.
You should have seen Max warming up. He was doing the step-offs. He was paddling in on his longboard and had his skimboard on the front of it.
There he is right
and
there.
He was getting some huge bombs. As he would get into the wave on the surfboard, he would jump onto the skimboard and just drop into these fat waves. Some of the biggest waves I've seen ridden all day.
Yeah, his scurfing is insane. Like, he kind of, I guess, more or less pioneered the idea that you can put a skim on the front of a soft top, paddle in, and then run down the soft top and jump onto the skim. And I've seen him paddle into like solid 6, 7 foot bombs and just get
that's
barreled.
That's risky business. I've seen him. I've seen Austin do that. Definitely a new thing here that's gotten to be a popular approach for skimboarding.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money to have a jet ski or a winch or something to tow you into waves, but anybody can go to Costco and buy a wave storm and use that to manpower into the waves early and jump on your skimboard.
Right.
I've actually tried that a little bit. I have some friends back in Delaware. Shout out to the Backwoods crew. Some pro surfers from Delaware. They do what are called step-offs. We don't use a tow rope. You just jump off the side of the jet ski into the wave.
That's what Domke was doing,
yeah,
right?
Very similar to what you see Brad Domke doing. And, there's a lot of new, exciting approaches to skimboarding and getting into bigger waves earlier and allowing us to ride finless. And it's an exciting time for skimboarding.
And that's going to wrap up Pro Men Round 3 Heat 4.